There are 12 reasons that we may put an E on the end of a word, and today we are dealing with 5 of them. So one reason we put an E on the end of a word that ends with S is to show that it's singular, because they felt when they were working out how to spell the word that if they let a word end in S and it wasn't a plural, people would get confused and think it was a plural. So that's one thing, to show that the noun is singular. The other reasons could be, we've got 4 more reasons here. English words cannot end in an I, so we add an E onto pi. It's not a phonogram, it's a rule. English words can't end in V, so we add an E. English words can't end in U, so we've got an E, and we can't use a J at the end of a word, so we have to use a soft sound for G, which is GE in words such as cage. So our words are sense, dense, collapse, active, detective, resolve, continue, technique, movie, and goalie. If you could go through and highlight the different reasons that we have the E on the end of these words, that would be great. Now let's have a look at what these words mean. So sense is a way in which the body perceives information via sight, sound, smell, touch or taste, and it can also be a feeling about something. Dense means it's closely compacted. It can also mean someone's silly or stupid, and it can also mean something's hard to understand or complex. Collapse is when a building or a person suddenly falls. It can also mean when something fails, and if you collapse a chair, it means that you're folding up a chair. Active means physically energetic, or it means that you're pursuing an activity. A detective is a person who investigates and solves crimes. Resolve is to find a solution to a problem, or to decide firmly on a plan of action, or firm determination to do something. Continue means to persist in doing something, to resume doing something after a break or an interruption. A technique is a way of doing a task, especially in relation to art or science. It means that something's done in a skillful or efficient way. A movie is a motion picture or film, and a goalie is the person who stops the ball from entering the goal area. So yesterday we discussed that sometimes we have an E on the end of a word if the last letter of the word was going to be an S, and that's just to show that the word is singular. The other reasons that English words end in an E is that we can't have English words end in an I, V, U or J, so we add an E to the end of those words just to make them follow the rule. And because we can't use a J at the end of a word, we use GE for the J sound on the end of words. So in this section here you have to find the word that means the same as the given list word. So write the list word here and then circle any of its synonyms. You have to complete the sentence using this word, so this is just checking that you know the meaning of each of the words. Then down here we want you to write the list word to match the meaning. So you'll have to find the list words from above that suit those meanings. Antonyms mean the opposite, so find the list word that means the opposite to each of these given words. Do remember that if a word ends in S, quite often we have to add an E to show that it is singular in meaning. And also remember that English words cannot end in an I, V, U or J, so we have to add an E after those letters to make those words follow that English rule. And because we can't use J at the end of a word for the J sound, we have to use the soft sound for G, which is GE. Now, back here you have to go you have to write the base word for each of these given words. So you may need to refer to above. Plural just means more than one, so have a think about what you add to these base words. Opposites, fairly easy to do using list words. Now combined with the list word, we're looking for common word pairs here. Down here you have to fill in the gap using a list word or list word extension. So you may have to change the form of the word to make it fit into the sentence so that it sounds right and it has the correct structure. On this page we're proofreading The Drover's Dream, which is a famous Australian folk song. So if you haven't heard the tune, you could research that after the lesson. So first of all, we want you to proofread the folk song. So there's one word in each line that is incorrect. Just circle it and write it correctly at the end. Then down the bottom we've said highlight the rhyming words. So go back with the highlighter and just highlight those words that are rhyming, and then finish the rhyming scheme. So you can see we've got BB, EE, HH. So we've got A, C with the BB in between, D, F with the EE in between. So see if you can follow that pattern all the way to the bottom.